leveraging tech to simplify the life insurance journey. That is what Vlot is all about. Vlot puts end customers and their magic moments at center stage. Think of giving birth to a baby or buying a house. They evaluate the real customer's needs for covers by means of a holistic income gap analysis. Today, they will present their B2B2C platform together with RGAx, since it's an RGAx EMEA initiative. Next on stage, Vlot.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you remember our presentation at the DIA in Amsterdam 2018. Time flies and it's great to be back here. So my name's Daniel, I'm the co-founder of Vlot, and with me on stage is Emma Jones. Emma is an executive director for underwriting innovation and strategic development at RGAx. So the life insurance space has moved a little bit in the last couple of months and years, but we still see two key challenges that the insurance is facing. First of all, how do we reach out to online life insurance prospects and offer a holistic advice and a custom-tailored coverage? And secondly, how do we onboard seamlessly in terms also of medical underwriting? So once we do have the attention of an online customer, it's really hard to transform that into a paying customer, especially with this medical underwriting. So Emma, as an underwriting expert, what's your take on that?
Thanks, Daniel. You're right. So often the customer journey falls down at the underwriting stage. As such, this is a market ripe for disruption. But the disruptors as a growth engine are being held back because of archaic underwriting processes with legacy systems and thinking. We want to change that by utilising the latest technology and the latest behavioural science insights, together with the knowledge and experience of RGA, a global life and health reinsurer. There are clear opportunities to increase speed to market, drive down prohibitive costs, and vastly improve the customer experience.
So last time we were on stage, we showed the B2C analysis and life insurance solution that we launched in Switzerland in February 2019. We were hit by quite a wave of interest also from the financial sector, and we decided to expand into the B2B area, so have our solution ready for retail insurance companies, banks and corporates. So speaking of corporates, what we're going to show you today for the first time is our MVP product of a B2E solution that helps employees and employers encourage to take the employee take great financial decisions in the context of employee benefit schemes.
In the second part of our demo, I'll be showing you Underwriting Pal, our first universally accessible e-underwriting solution built by RGAx, the transformation engine of RGA. I'll show you how the solution adapts to how people actually behave when answering questions about their life and health, rather than how we assume they do. So Daniel, over to you for part one.
Thanks. So what you see here, you're probably familiar with the screen by this point, is the customer view and the end result of like an income gap protection and analysis. Assuming that a lot of people in this room work for a large corporate, you probably have a terrific employee benefit scheme. But I'm also assuming that you probably don't know today what does that mean for you given the social security system of your country and the specific scheme that you're on with your corporate in terms of resilience due to death, disability and retirement. So the first thing I'm going to show you here is basically a framework where we digitalize the employee benefit scheme of a given company, which this is a Swiss example. In this case, we have a couple of short and long-term coverages for illness, death, disability, but also for retirement. So we digitalize that, put it into a URL or a voucher code, and so with a little bit of input from the end user or the employee, we can create an accurately calculated employee income gap assessment to show him what he actually gets out of these different pillars. We then, as an individual life insurance proposition, can add top-up options that the client or the employee can choose from, and thus this is a great opportunity to upsell life insurance, individual life insurance, in the context of employee benefits. So once we have the attention of the employee at this point, we obviously want to transform this employee into a paying customer, and this is the 3 steps that are still necessary. So we have a health interview, a final premium that we show to the end user, and then obviously the traditional personal details that we have to enter to conclude the policy. So Emma, do you want to take over and show us the power of the Underwriting Pal solution with RGAx?
Thanks, Daniel. So what I'm going to show you is a subset of the Underwriting Pal solution. The really exciting element of Underwriting Pal is that in addition to using the latest technology, we also incorporate the latest behavioural science insights. We've conducted experiments involving more than 20,000 participants across 10 countries in order to test various underwriting questions. This allows us to build a solution that adapts to how people actually respond to questioning about their life and health, rather than how we assume they'll respond. For example, the traditional smoking question normally asks, have you smoked tobacco in the last 12 months? It's obvious that the correct or most favourable answer to the question would be no. If we have a customer that smoked, say, 10 months ago, they're more likely to say they've never smoked. You can see the smoking question here on screen assumes the behaviour exists. It asks, when was the last time, rather than have you ever? This destigmatises the customer's smoking behaviour, so they feel comfortable answering the question honestly. By incorporating multiple answer options that are weighted to more extremes of behaviour, the customer feels more comfortable disclosing that they smoked 10 months ago. When we tested this question, it elicited more than double the number of disclosures compared with a more traditional question, which is huge. So when we apply this and other behavioural science insights to all the questions asked, the improved risk management and benefits to the customer experience and conversion rates are just phenomenal. So I'm going to disclose diabetes. So these questions are powered by Aura, the e-underwriting platform from RGA. It uses a SaaS model, so we're always looking at the latest version of the technology. The questions are constantly being optimised by the experts at RGAx in order to continually improve the customer experience and straight-through rates. Vlot have integrated with Underwriting Pal using an API, so implementation is quick, with time to market of less than a week. They've also branded Underwriting Pal so it looks like a seamless part of their journey. The question set can also be provided in the local language if needed. What's also great is that there are no upfront or ongoing licensing costs with Underwriting Pal, so you only pay for what you use, which is great if your case volumes are unknown. So I'm just going to finish answering the questions about my diabetes. So I had my test in August, and I do know my last reading, and that was 6. And I haven't got any eye problems. And I'm going to answer no. And now I'm going to submit my answers.
Great. That brings us to the last page of this underwriting application, which shows the client his final premium that he gets underwritten by Underwriting Pal from RGAx. We're also happy to show the health loading so that the actual user knows how his health condition is impacting the premium he's paying. And from here on, we take a traditional way to finalize the policy and issue it to the customer. So, in summary, what Vlot does is we provide holistic advice in terms of employee benefit schemes, B2C analysis, and with the integration of the Underwriting Pal from RGAx, we provide a seamless customer journey, fully digital, up to the very end with issuing the policy. So if you're interested in having a personal demo, if you're an insurance company, a bank, or even a corporate, our booth is just outside of the door on the left-hand side, and we have teams both from Vlot and RGAx to help you out and talk about collaboration. So enjoy the rest of the DIA, and thank you very much for your attention.